Hey guys, I'm going to show you how to make a simple plain old GIF for Tumblr. Um, this is how it's gonna look. By the way, this is Wizarding World. So yeah. Um, you're gonna need to have the video file that you're gonna use for the GIF. Usually I use this screen recorder that I'm using to record the video from a DVD. So usually I just open up the player and I just use this program to record the video and then I just cut it out and I use it for the GIF. There are also other ways, like you download the movie online and then you can cut it up using certain programs and use that video and import it into Photoshop. I do that too. If if I well, now I don't, because now I have Deathly Hallows already, so I don't need to download them. But when you do use those methods, you have to make sure that you save the video file as an AVI file or as any supported video format for Photoshop, which it tells you right here. The accepted video formats are QuickTime movie files, AVI, MPG, and MPEG, and MP4. Usually I just use AVI and movie format, QuickTime, because sometimes the other ones don't work. I don't know why, but those are the ones that I use. And this screen recording program, it usually, when I record the video, it gives you the option to save as AVI, so that's how I usually make my GIFs. I'm gonna make a simple GIF. If you want to know how to make the complicated photo set GIFs, the ones that are cut up into 3 parts or in half, just ask me and I'll make a separate tutorial for that because I don't want this video to be too long, so just let me know. If you don't know what I'm talking about, well, these are the other kinds of GIFs that I make that are the ones in sets like this, they're cut in half, or the ones that are in 3 parts, like like this one. They're not playing right, but it's those kinds of GIFs. If you want to know how to make those, just let me know and I'll make a video for that one. Okay, so I'm gonna open up this Snape video and I'm gonna begin my little tutorial. So first you have to select selected range only. By the way, I'm using CS5, which is similar to all the other Photoshops, and the only other Photoshop I've had was CS4, and it's pretty similar. There are only like some slight differences, but the GIF making process is basically the same thing, or exactly the same thing. So you need to select selected range only, and then select limit to every 2 frames, which reduces the number of frames so that you don't have such a big file size. And then you just go to the part that you want on this little player thing. You scroll down, we're gonna go here, and you hold down the shift key while you press this arrow, and it's gonna select a part. That little darkened part is the part that's gonna be the GIF, and you press OK. Before you start, you should always crop what you like. Mine always end up with like something like that messes it up. Like this one has those little black bars, and I usually crop it. And your GIF for Tumblr always has to be 500 pixels in width. The length can be the length that you want, but the width always has to be 500 pixels. And to change that, you go to image size, and mine is already in 500 because I recorded the video in that size, so it's already 500. And if it's not, just change the width to 500 and it automatically changes your whole GIF to that size, and it'll be 500 pixels. That's the size you need for Tumblr. And this is what the GIF looks like up to now, without any editing, just plain old straight from the video. and it's kind of just dull, and the size is too big. It's 896.9K. It has to be 500K or less. Usually I keep it under 500K because once I tried uploading a 500K one or 499.9K one and it didn't want to upload. So I try to keep it 495 or so less, and it should work. And you just press done or cancel, and I'm gonna delete a lot of frames because too many frames causes the file size to be too large. So I'm gonna see if I keep it to 10 frames. Just press delete, select them, press delete, and check. You should just check what the file size is, and it's 514. It's still too big. And the colors are fairly low. I try to keep the colors here from 128 to 256, but sometimes I have to go a little bit less, like 120. But I put it in 128 right now, and I'm just going to delete one more frame. Check how large the file is. It's 477.4 now, and that's about right. And if you want to edit the colors, I have to make a separate tutorial for that because that's also just another process. But if you want to do simple editing for the color, you go to vibrance. You can just increase the vibrance, increase the saturation. It'll just make it stand out a little more. You can do hue saturation, just increase a little bit of the saturation. This is just the basics, so I'm gonna go to detail. This is just like some light editing. There are also options like color balance and selective color. That's a whole nother thing. And there's brightness and contrast. This is horrible, but whatever. It's just, I'm not even gonna edit it too much. It's gonna look weird, but this is what it. And the time, each slide has a time. This one is 0.07 seconds each frame, and that's a little too fast. You try to keep it to about 0.1. So you could just select them all, click the little arrow, and press 0.1 seconds. And that's about a good size. And also you have to make sure all the editing for the color has to be above all the frames, and that your first frame is selected when you do it, so that all those changes apply to all the frames. And I want to add my little watermark, my little name right there, Wizarding World. And you just select the text tool, put your name. Make sure your first frame is selected. Place it right there. And press OK. Press the check mark. And I try to keep my opacity down, not too high, because I don't want like my name to be BAM in your face. Like, yeah, it's mine. I just want it to be subtle. So if anyone ever steals it and they say it doesn't have my name, I'll be like, yeah, it does have my name. It's right there. Look closely. My name is right there. Because I don't want it to distract away from the GIF. Because sometimes the watermarks are too bold, or they're just too big and clear, and it's too in your face. So that's what the GIF looks like now. 460.6, good size, and it looks fine. I'm gonna name it something really random. Snape, and save. And that pretty much just saves it. You just upload it to Tumblr, and that's it. Thanks for watching. This is Wizarding World.